Okay, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about some process management. We've already talked about user management, disk management, and that sort of thing. Again, we're still talking about basics, so fear not. They get far more difficult in some places than in others in the advanced playlist. If you're curious about that, once you get done with this basic playlist, which is a little bit of an Easter egg, we're almost done. We only got a couple more videos. This is just the basics that you need to know just a regular user, whether you use Linux Mint or whether you use Pop! OS or anything, just basic. I want to move to Linux. These are nice to know commands for the command line. Of course, with the Type 1 distributions that we're using the command line is not necessary. However, it's not a bad idea to at least get comfortable with this playlist. And if you decide to stop at that point in time, that's perfectly acceptable. In fact, this playlist is actually optional if you really seriously don't want to get involved in the command line. You don't have to. However, if you want to go farther, if you want to go past Linux Mint, if you want to get into Debian or Arch, or you want to start messing around with Linux in a more serious manner, then you will of course have to know command line, because it only gets more difficult from here. With that said, though, let's go ahead and get started in this topic. Today we are talking about process management, and the first command we are going to talk about is the PS command. Now, as a user, we are going to be a little bit limited. Some of these might require sudo, but let's go ahead and go from here. We can man PS first of all, and basically it is a list of processes that's happening on your computer. This can vary between different operating systems. PS is literally the same across the board, whether you're using Unix, Linux, BSD, that kind of thing. Some of the flags are a little different, but that's all you'd have to learn, is that the difference. Okay, so we're going to hit Q, and right now, clear that out. If we just type PS and hit enter, that's all we're showing, is we only have two processes. This defaults to the current user. Okay, so let's do this. Let's nano our text.txt. I'm going to open that up here. Oh, it says it's a directory. Sorry. Control X, click. Okay, and then I wanted the file, text.txt file. Okay, so I'm going to nano that there. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to open. Let's do it this way. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to open another, right click and choose new window, and all I'm doing is snap to grid, just kind of you do in Windows. You just left click and drag it, and it will snap it to that side of the screen. So over here, what I'm going to do is first get rid of that tiny little font, open this up. Now when I do a PS, it's still showing those two for some really weird reason. That's because we didn't tell it that we want to look at all the processors for this user. That looks better. Okay, so we went without the X. AU. Okay, so this user is currently running Xorg. That's what's drawing the Windows itself. Okay, let's look at this maximize first. Clear and pull it back up again. All right, so this user's running Windows, and this is another process for TTY that's under. I've got bash running, I've got nano running, I've got another bash running, and I also ran the ps-au command. Obviously, it's right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to end the process of this process that's running right now. Okay, this is the user that's running it. This is the process ID, the amount of CPU and memory that's being used, and it's all you need to know right now. The rest of the stuff is Chinese that will be discussed in the advanced playlist, except for this very last one on here, the command, nano text/text. And that's what we're going to decide that we're going to focus on, which is process ID 6146. So let's remember that. 6416. All right, so what I want to do is, if you have something that you need to kill or force close, is basically what we're talking about here, is force terminating an application. I'm going to force kill or force close that nano session that's over there. So to do that, we're going to use the kill command, which is the next command in line. Okay, and with that we can send different signals. those signals will be found in man kill. And those signals are going to be, this is the one we really need to worry about right now. It's just 9. Okay, and what that is a forced termination of the process itself. It is actually kind of aggressive. So if you can close it in a different manner, that is best. You should try to do it without the -9 because, like I said, it does get kind of aggressive to that application or that process. But that's what we're going to focus on is the 6146. And to do that, we just do KILL space -9. And then let's do it without the 9 first, see if it'll actually close without forcing it. So that's 6146. If it's really, really hung, you're going to have to use that 9. And when I do that, notice it actually closed with the signal that it received a SIG-HUP or SIG term. Okay, the SIG-HUP is something that we will talk about in the advanced list, but basically what it is, SIG-HUP is it was forced to reload its configuration file, and a SIG term was a signal terminate. So it received the command to go away. So I'm going to go ahead and open that back up. This time when we clear the screen and we do a ps-au, okay, we notice that it's back, and this time it's 6192. And let's say, for example, it did not go away the first time. That's when you go ahead and push that -9 to it, which is, like I said, it's kind of a volatile kind of overkill, kind of go away. And when we did that, notice it said it was just killed. It's like instantly murdered. So Control L to clear the screen. And that is going to be it for the PS command. Another one we can use here, let's go ahead and get rid of this window and we can go ahead and maximize this back out. So the next one is the top command. This comes with pretty much every Unix out there, every Linux, BSD, all of them have it, including Mac OS. And essentially what this is telling us is it's the top command. This is the current time. This has been up for 1 hour and 26 minutes. There's one user connected, and this is the load average. This is the same as before. If you remember previously, it's the last 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes. It's load average. The number of tasks, CPUs, and this will list all the processes that are currently running. Okay? And it also includes the PID file. So if we wanted to, this one's zombie. Okay, let's say we had that zombie, we wanted to find it, we needed to get rid of it. We can get rid of it and go from there. So this also covers the memory and swap that's currently being used. However, I did not show you this as an actual, hey, let's get in here and use this, because most people don't use this command anymore. I just wanted you to know that it was here. So we're going to hit Q, and we're going to do something a little bit better. And sometimes you will have to install this, and it's called HTOP. We'll see if it's on here. If it's not, then we'll install it real quick. It's not on here. So let's go ahead and install it. So it is sudo apt install HTOP. All right, so we'll clear the screen, and now it's on here. And now when we run it, this is a much better version of top. As you can tell, it's color-coded, it separates things out. You have your memory and your swap, and up here you have each individual core of your processor being noted, like this one's using 0.7%, this one's using 5.6% at the time I pointed at it. Load average is still the same, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. It's up times 1 hour and 28 minutes. But with this, we can do keyboard shortcuts a bit easier than we did with the top command. So we have F1 for help, F2 for setup, 3 for search, 4 for filter, 5 turns it into a tree. Like that. If you notice over here, this is the PID, and then everything is underneath it. So hit that again, and it takes that off. This time what we're going to do is I'm going to open another window, and I am going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and nano that again. Nano, what, that text, and then text dot text. Open anyway, yes. Okay, that must be the zombie that we had. Okay, so nano is now running over here, And what we're going to do is go over here and let's hit F3 to search. And we're going to search for nano. Right there's the process. It's highlighted in orange. Okay, so what we can do here is when I hit enter, it goes back to this previous menu. Okay, notice it's not scrolling anymore. It's not bouncing around like it was. It highlighted this here. That's at process 6324. So let's say we wanted to decide that we wanted to kill this process. All we got to do is this key combination down here, which is F9. Okay, and then over here, it's going to ask which signal do we want to send to it. And right now we're going to do a sig term, which just tells it to terminate. It's the nice way of saying go away. And when we hit enter, we notice over here, it's gone. Just like before, just like we did with the PS command. It's just that the HTOP is a lot, it's more user-friendly than top or PS is. And it's more useful. It helps your workflow a little bit better. Okay, you can hit F10 to quit, or you can also hit Q to quit. And so that is going to do it. We've talked about the PS command, the top command, HTOP command, and we talked about kill. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave comments below. Tell us about your experience that you have with any of these commands. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. And as a spoiler, the very next video is the last video in the CLI Basics playlist. And after that, we're going to take a little bit of break from the command line, and then we will hop back into the CLI Advanced. We will see you then.